Truly, you are gifted in the ways of the Force.
Ulic Qel-Droma, you defeated the Dark Reaper during the Sith War. Show me how to stop it again.
Yes, I can teach you to harness the power of the Force around you, making you immune to the Dark Reaper's effect for a short time. But this knowledge comes at great risk.
I am willing to take that risk.
The knowledge you seek is very powerful, Anakin Skywalker. Use it carefully, or it will lead you to the dark side.
I'm not afraid.
You should be. I once thought I was impervious to the allure of the dark side. I was mistaken. Do not take the same path as I.
A young Jedi is born, extremely talented, reckless and headstrong, but with a good heart. He, however, is taken by the dark side, his fall accidented by a physical disfiguration or mark. He becomes one of the most powerful Sith Lords who have ever reigned, but through love is redeemed back to the light, shortly before his death. If this story sounds familiar, it's because it's the story of Ulic Qel-Droma. Now, that likely wasn't the name you were expecting to hear. You more than likely were expecting me to say Anakin Skywalker, and in that lies the subject. Ulic Qel-Droma and Anakin Skywalker share some stunning similarities. To my knowledge, an analysis of these two together have never been done. One doesn't have to look deep to see the reflection of each other these men cast. But what really makes these men similar, I would argue, is the inherently tragic nature of their lives. Both as Jedi, and when they were Sith Lords with the galaxy at their mercy, Sith Lords of legendary status, one cannot help but think they would have been entombed alongside the other great Sith Lords of old, like Naga Sadoul and Tula Kord upon Korriban, if such burial practices were in vogue in their times. However, this tragedy mainly originates from the goodness of these men. Despite the powerful Sith they would become, they didn't start out this way. Granted, with Anakin, these borderline psychopathic tendencies were on display long before his full extent of the dark side, which to some degree is completely understandable. Who wouldn't have them after being a slave for the first 9 years of their life, and then have to watch the person they loved the most dying in their arms? I am not attempting to argue that Skywalker and Qel-Droma are the same. They are very different, in fact, and their fall to the dark side were caused for very different reasons. As a matter of fact, Anakin's fall is much closer to Kip Duran's brief but destructive fall to the dark side. A fall built on a painful life experience, outside coercion, and frustration with authority, with the feeling being that authority is holding them back. Yet many similarities underpin these major differences. While pure speculation on my part, the similarities between these two is why the plot of the Clone Wars tie-in game decided to have Anakin visit the tomb of Ulic Qel-Droma on Rinvar, where he's able to speak to Qel-Droma's spirit. One can only imagine how much of himself Ulic must have seen in the young Jedi. I will say, however, that I believe the tragedy is greater with Ulic, and that's for a simple reason. That reason being is that he had to live with his actions, and the weight they bared upon his conscience. And just when he was happy again, a reason to live and carry on, it was taken from him. For Anakin, his redemption and death were one and the same. Anakin would die not long after saving his son, and like Ulic, transited the physical plane as a Force ghost. But outside of a few apologies to Obi-Wan's ghost, as he was taught to become one himself, was Anakin's guilt ever made to eat him alive as it was with Ulic? After all, Ulic had killed his brother, and had been severed from the Force, never to feel it again, which is akin to any of us losing a vital sense like sight or hearing. His will to live was minimal, and he only carried on because of his late master, Arkajeff's ghost, who spurred him on to live. He would have gone on to find a new purpose in life, the training of being a Sunrider, before dying in his former lover's arms, becoming one with the Force. But I'll leave the question up to you. What do you think? Was Qel-Droma's cross harder to bear, or does that title belong to Skywalker? These two share so much in common, and this was a topic that I've been trying to do for a long time, and I definitely will be revisiting this topic in a much more deeper and philosophical manner down the road, as there's so much to cover with these two guys. They share so much in common and so many overlays. But please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed listening. Thank you.